And we are live. Here we are. Let me start that again. I hope we are all well. Hope you're good. Sometimes my brain works a lot quicker than what my mouth does, people. So yeah, I do apologize for that. But yeah, I hope we're all good. Can you hear me? I do this every single stream because I'm afraid I'm going to talk and you guys might be able to hear me. So if someone could just say yes, anyone, it would do. I don't mind who it is. Just say yes, and then we can crack on. And I'll stop until I see that message from someone. Yes. Come on. Who's going to be the first one to do it? Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first? Come on. Who is it? 3 letters. Come on, 3 letters, guys. Yay, Warren's team talk. Diego, Crystal Palace, and Craig Malloy, and AJ. Big up yourselves. Thank you very much. Right, okay, now. Thank you for joining me, people. We are going to quickly discuss the game yesterday. I cannot do my usual 2 hours because obviously I've got the boy tonight, so I'm playing daddy today, and it's a bit unfair for me to do this for 2 hours while he's in there on his own. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a quick one from me. However, I wanted to come on, obviously, converse with you guys and obviously speak about the game yesterday because I'm sure people sort of say, oh, Diesel goes missing when Arsenal win. So just to prove I don't do that, here I am. Hi, I'm here. Hello, hope you're good. Right, okay, let's start from the top now. Let's do what I normally do because the superstars of this channel are you, not me. So we're going to start from the top, and that will be Craig Malloy. Big up yourself, Craig. We've got AJ Byatt in the chat as well. We've got Kabir in the chat. We've got the lovely Joanne Smith in the chat. And Joanne, I saw your comment earlier on. My condolences, my deepest sympathies, because I know how much you love your cats and how close you are with them as well. So yeah, apologies, darling, and anything I can do, I'm here for you. I've got you, all right? So yeah, loads of love to you, Joanne. We've got Zoe Thomas in the chat as well. My guy Warren's team talk, and subscribe to Warren. And by the way, people, just so you guys know, obviously Warren has done 2 segments on this channel in the last month. With regards to the paranormal, the supernatural, etc. Area 51 he did last week, not last week, the week before, and he touched on Bob Lazar. Warren will be back tomorrow with a lot of you guys recommended that Warren do a segment, a little stream on ghosts. Okay, ghosts. All right, are they real? Has anyone seen one? Yeah, me personally, they are real, in my opinion. And I think there's enough evidence to back that up. Warren will be discussing that tomorrow. So Warren will be here at 7 p.m. tomorrow to discuss. And yeah, as I say this all the time, and I'll say it again, things like this, Area 51, UFOs, aliens, ghosts, supernatural, paranormal, Bob Lazar, David Icke, all these things fascinate the hell out of me. And do you know what? Warren obviously he's got more of an in-depth knowledge of it. He's researched it. He's looked into it. He's read up on it. Anything there is to know, Warren knows it. So yeah, Warren will be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. to discuss. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that because yeah, these are things that fascinate me, and I'm sure they fascinate you as well. So big up Warren, and thank you once again for doing that for me, mate. We've got Josh Grant in the chat as well. Big up yourself, Josh. We've got footy chats. Come on, my guy there. Who else we got? We've got Diego Crystal Palace as well. We've got the lovely man that is Jeff Cross. Hope you're well, Jeff. We've got Stephen Featley in the chat. Big up yourself, mate. Piotr Jablonowski. Yeah, see, I pronounce it. See, not just a pretty face, Piotr. He's in the chat as well. Big up yourself. We've got Nathan Minas. Hope you're well, Nathan. We've got Static in the chat. Come on, we are live. So, I don't know why I say that. I just do. False about it. I can't help it. We've got Khan AFC in the chat as well. Hope you're well, Khan. Hope you're good, mate. Look, Zoe, I'm going to shout you out twice because what a lovely message that is. Hope you're good, darling. Matt Howarth is in the chat, my guy. Come on. Who else we got? We've got Grant McRoberts in the chat. Big up. Joanne. No, anytime. Listen, anytime, darling. You show me love all the time. It's the least I can do is show it back. And like I said, I don't say this lightly, but I am here should you need anything, all right? Come on, we're a family here. Yeah, we look after each other and we have each other's backs, yeah? That's what I believe anyway. But yeah, hope you're good, darling. What else? Who else we got? We've got Steve RFC70 in the chat. Big up yourself, mate. We've got DWTT in the chat. That can't be DT. Oh, I saw the W there and the extra T. Yeah, because I'm saying, can't be on about that guy, the Pratt in the hat, because he's currently someone's bitch in prison. Anyway, that's another story. We'll move on. Who else we got? 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 I think, is that it? 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 Ah, look, crept in right at the last moment in the back, but not stealthy enough, because I saw you, Steph. Steph is in the chat as well. Hope you well, darling. Hope you well, my love. Thank you very much for joining us. It's always nice to have females in the chat. I love it. I just love it. Love ladies. Anyway, and I've got the three best looking ones: Joanne, Zoe, and Steffi. Mwah, love you all. Right now, listen. Let's touch on this game yesterday. Right. Can't. Sorry, I didn't see that message till late, and then obviously I brought it up on the screen. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. Naughty. I'm so naughty. Honestly, I'm sure he's having a lovely time inside. But yeah. Oh God, the soap. Anyway, I'll shut up. We've got Tony Ibra. Tony Ibra's in the chat as well. Where is he? He's here somewhere. I just see him. Do my eyes deceive me? No, there he is. There he is. Big up yourself, mate. I hope you're well. And we've got Shammy D as well. My guy, come on. My guy. Right, okay. Now, let's talk about this game yesterday, because I'm seeing... Oh, do you know what? It's a bit of a tough one for me, guys. I'm going to be honest, right? Now, look. I'm going to try and say this in the most... in the nicest way I possibly can, right? When Arsenal win, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I am. But when Arsenal win, I can't help feeling this. I'm going to be totally 100 with you guys, right? I'm going to be 100 with you. When Arsenal win, right, I just know what's coming. And that is what pisses me off. So when Arsenal win, don't get me wrong, the result, I'm happy, love it, brilliant, right? But I also know the rubbish that's going to come with it. I also know there's a lot of people out there who disagree with a lot of my points of view. And they're going to look at it as, me, 1, Diesel, nil. You're in the mud. You're this, you're that. You said this. You were wrong. Look at us now. Right? All that rubbish. Then when Arsenal lose, these guys tend to go missing, right? They go back under their rock. You don't see them. And then they stay there. And then when Arsenal win again, they miraculously find a way to escape from under that rock. And then they come and, here I am. Look, about what you said. Arsenal just won the game. Then Arsenal lose. They go back into the rock, and so on and so forth. Right? You get the gist, yeah. This is how this is how it tends to go. Right now, I was obviously Arsenal. We beat West Ham 2-1 yesterday. And one thing I will say is this, right? Because obviously I'm very critical of this team, and rightly so in my opinion. And also, I'm equally as critical of this manager. Okay, but you know what? The one thing I'm going to say, because let's talk about the negatives first of all, right? The negatives for me were that was an absolutely atrocious game of football. I watched it. I thought it was poor. I thought the quality was poor. I thought the passing from both teams was poor. I thought the defence at times for both teams was poor. I did. The one thing that I think went for us a little bit was the fact that West Ham, really, if I'm honest with you, listen, I'm not making excuses. You can only beat what's in front of you, and I totally understand that. However, we did go up against a team yesterday who really have one eye on that game, on their second leg European game, right? So for me, some of their better players were on the bench. They weren't really focused, in my opinion, yesterday, West Ham, on us. All right, it was a case of, look, we've got to play Arsenal. Let's just get through this game. Let's try and keep our players injury-free, because we all know the big one is next week, right? And I think, in a way, I think that played into our hands a little bit. The positives for me were Rob Holding. I think this player is absolute trash, by the way. Don't rate Rob Holding at all. However, you have to give credit where credit's due. And he was head and shoulders man of the match yesterday. He was our best player. Right, for a player who's not really played an awful lot of football to have come in. I saw his name in the lineup and I thought, oh God, here we go. Rob Holding starting. Oh my God, he's going to be rusty. They're going to get around him. And how wrong I was, because I thought he played really, really well. Rob Holding, fair play to you. Still want you gone, mate. But if we're talking about specifically the game yesterday, and that is it, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less, then let's be real, he had a stormer of a game, right? He scored the goal, good goal. He made a couple of really important blocks as well. He did not look out of place. I thought Gabriel had a really good game as well. I thought Elneny once again, and I said this to you guys last week. Elneny has had 3 really good games now, right? And for Elneny to have been our best midfielder in the last 3 games, that just tells you how poor our midfield is. I'm not knocking Elneny, but he is what he is. He's a £5 million player. He's a body, right? He's a body. That's it, right? And the fact that he's been our best midfielder kind of tells you where we are, where we're at. So that's how I look at it. I thought Granit Xhaka yesterday was absolutely poor. But you know what? There's one thing that I want to mention as well, if I'm honest with you, because I've seen a lot of people hyping up Eddie Nketiah, right? And one of the main things about me doing this stream tonight, because I wanted to touch on this, because I do want your guys' opinions. Before I do that, though, let me just sort of tell you where I'm at with it, right? Because a lot of these pundits, look, I was listening to Graham Souness, right, after the game, and I love Graham Souness. Don't get me wrong, I love Graham Souness, right? But he said something yesterday that really annoyed me. And he was basically saying, you know, if Eddie Nketiah, the way he played yesterday and the way he's played in the last couple of games, if that's his standard, if that's the standard, then maybe Arsenal should keep him, right? Everyone's waxing lyrical about Eddie Nketiah in the game yesterday, saying that he had a really good game. His hold-up play was amazing, and this, that, the other. He's a much better option than Lacazette. This, that, the other. And this is the problem I've got. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have a bit of a rant now because it really winds me up, right? And I'm going to try. Listen, I've got my boy in the next room, so I'm going to try and keep it together, yeah. But this is exactly what fucks me off, right? It's the fact that we have players who are just not at the required level, right? We've got a lot of players who are crap, right? Maybe good, half decent in the Championship, but in the they're not Premier League standard, let alone Arsenal, right? Eddie Nketiah is one of them. But yet, and look, we've all said it. I've not seen one person this season say, look, I really like him, keep him, he can improve us, blah, blah, blah. No, everyone has been of the same opinion, right? Now, it's not often us Arsenal fans agree on stuff as a collective, but I think when it comes to Eddie Nketiah, we more or less do, right? Big up United fan as well, right? We more or less do. But this is another example of what annoys me about football fans of today, because a player like that, who we've all made our minds up on, he's not good enough, he's not at the required level, he's not rubbish, he's just nowhere near good enough for Arsenal. He comes in, Lacazette's injured or he's got COVID or whatever. Eddie Nketiah comes in, right, plays a couple of decent games, and all of a sudden now, actually, he could be the man for us. Actually, this is a guy who could get us the goals. Actually, this is a guy who could lead the line for us next season in the Premier League and the Champions League, should we get it. Actually, why are we worried about Lacazette going? We've got Eddie. Actually, us moaning about Aubameyang going, well, there was no need to moan about that anymore because we've got Eddie Nketiah. Actually, oh my God, here's us saying Mikel Arteta has to go out and get 2 strikers of a top quality, but maybe he doesn't have to anymore. Maybe he just got to get the 1, not 2, because actually, we've now got Eddie Nketiah. Look how well he's playing. No, get that right out of your heads, guys. He is not, I repeat, not at the required level to lead the line for Arsenal Football Club. I could not care less what he's done against Chelsea, how he played yesterday. In fact, I'd go as far as saying this, right? Excuse me. In fact, I'd go as far as saying everyone is waxing lyrical about how he played against West Ham yesterday. I'm of the opposite opinion, right? The game yesterday, in my opinion, was the game that showed us that Eddie just isn't at the required level. See that chance he had? I'm sure it was on 70-odd minutes. right? When he was through on goal, and all he had to do was steer it into the corner past Fabianski, and he couldn't do it. A top-level striker, that's a goal. That goes in. Then he had a second one not long after. And again, you know what I mean? He didn't even get it on target. Now, for me, I like players who, I mean, in contrast, right? You look at look, I'm not putting obviously these two in the same category. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, but when you've got top level quality strikers, players, look at a Ronaldo, for example, right? This is a player who's been starved of service, right? If you look at him against Chelsea, right? He got the goal, didn't he? He had no chances whatsoever in that game. He gets that one, bang, goal. You know with him it's a goal. You see Ronaldo clean through on goal, just him and the keeper, you know that's going in. Messi, you know that's going in. Harry Kane, you know that's going in. Lewandowski, you know that's going in. Right? Mbappe, you know that's going in. You know, Eddie, even when Eddie was clean through and there's no defender around him, right, because he's got a bit of pace, he's clean through. It's just him and Fabianski. All he's got to do, right, is get that ball on target, pick a corner, and it's a goal. Even then, I thought he's going to miss it. I know he's going to miss it. I've got no confidence in Eddie Nketiah at all, right? And yet, everyone's raving about this guy now. No. Listen, if we do get top four, which, if I'm honest with you, we probably will. Big up to Max Onley as well. Max, hope you're good, mate. And Lauro as well. Big up. Lauro's here. Max is here. Nice one. Yeah, if we do, and obviously, sorry, Niall Kane as well. Big up Niall Kane. There you go, mate. Lovely, right? What was I saying? Yeah, Eddie Nketiah. I don't understand. I'm going on like I'm shocked and I'm not. I am and I'm not, because I just don't understand how people can change an opinion on a player because he's had a couple of half-decent games. Honestly, the pundits were waxing lyrical about Eddie Nketiah yesterday. I didn't think he was great yesterday. If I'm honest with you, I didn't. Right? Now, the fact is, you know, next season, obviously, everyone is going to sort of spend a lot of money this summer. Man United have got Ten Hag coming in. Now, there's no way he would have taken that job without the promise of funds, and a lot of funds as well, right? A lot of money. Yeah. Chelsea are going to spend, right? Man City are only going to get stronger. It's looking like Haaland is going to go there. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, surely the Premier League, or let me just change that last sentence, right? The clubs who we're competing against, and it's not Liverpool and it's not Man City, right? We're in and amongst the Leicesters, the Man Uniteds, the Tottenhams, right? You know, these guys are going to spend in the summer, and they spend a lot of money, right? And we're hanging our hat on Eddie Nketiah leading the line next season. People telling me he's done himself no harm with his performances of late in the last couple of games. He will get snapped up by top clubs. Sorry? So surely, right? Because if this is the case and you can play rubbish, I mean, if we think of how many chances Eddie's had in this Arsenal team, and he's done absolutely nothing, right? Yeah? Does no one sort of like think about this, guys? Think about it, right? How many times, right? How much game time has he had at the Arsenal? Because for me, he's had quite a lot. He's done absolutely nothing with it, right? Now, here we are, coming towards the end of the season. He wants to put himself in the shop window, right? So he's playing out of his skin, and he's played decent, right? He's only doing that because he's putting himself in the shop window for other clubs. He doesn't want to be here. I don't want him here, but he doesn't want to be here. Arteta wants him here. Arsenal want him to stay. It's him who doesn't want to stay. He wants to go somewhere else. And the reason why he's playing like this is to put himself in the shop window, right? He wants to attract attention. That's all it is. So, because my argument is, all those other times where he started, why has he not played then like he has been now? That's the question I want to know. But no one has got the bottle to ask that, have they? No one's got the bottle, right? This player is not good enough, right? I don't hate Eddie Nketiah. I don't hate him at all, right? I think he's half decent. Championship, I think he'd rip it. Premier League, no. No, I don't. I think for me, he's another Danny Welbeck. You know, he's a Danny Welbeck. He's a player who, yeah, he'll get you sort of maybe 7, 8, 9 goals at a Brighton or a team like that, a Crystal Palace. He's nowhere near the level of Arsenal for where we want to get to. And yet all I'm hearing is Arsenal fans waxing lyrical about this guy because he's played a couple of half-decent games. Yeah, look at the chances he had in that game yesterday and he fluffed his lines, right? I mean, come on, guys, wake up, seriously. And Ewing Jones is in the chat as well. And Ewing, everyone, mate, absolutely shocking performance yesterday, even though we won. No pace, no movement, no urgency, and defended crap. The 2 goals were basically just flukes. Luckily, it was the same with West Ham. Do you know what, right? Thank you, Static. 26 likes. Come on, smash the likes, people, please. Thank you. Nketiah, goodbye. I cannot wait until he goes. I'm with you. Zoe Thomas, Nketiah is a mid-table championship striker at best. I know he came to the bridge and scored 2, but the guy is poor in so many different aspects. And even then, Zoe, do you remember when we said last week that 2 of those goals were absolute, they were gift wrapped from you guys to us, yeah? And obviously Everton beat you guys as well. For me, Chelsea are on the beach already. I don't know what's happened to them. Nketiah is the shorter version of Sonogo. I play Balogun over Nketiah. SNK's in the chat as well. Big up yourself, mate. Diego, if Klopp and Pep are not lining up to sign up already Nketiah, then it's a big gamble for him to lead into your next season. But he is a good squad player for me. See, I don't even... Do you know what? I'll be honest. I wouldn't even keep him as a squad player. I'm sorry. It's we're not talking about a player here who's only been given 1 or 2 chances to impress and he's failed in both of them. I can understand a little bit where you think, well, he needs a little bit more playing time than that. He's had a hell of a lot of playing time since he's been here, and he's done nothing. It's only in the last couple of games that he's shown a little something. But unfortunately for me, for where I want us to get to, and I did the stream before about a lot of Arsenal fans, it's what you want from this team. It's what you want. It's what you see. It's what you want Arsenal to be going forward. If you're happy for us to just be top 6, top 7, season in, season out, then Eddie Nketiah, would you keep him as a squad player? You probably would. If you have aspirations and high aspirations of wanting to, break into that top 2, top 3, compete for the title, yeah, and actually have a go at teams like Man City and Liverpool, then for me, no. Eddie Nketiah ain't scaring no one. Yeah, I don't want him here. Thank you very much, Steve. Much appreciated. We've got Noah Entwali. I hope I pronounced that right. Apologies if I didn't. Big up yourself, Noah. Big up Diesel, mate. Hope you're doing well. And once again, always a going. Come on, mate. My sentiments exactly. Zoe, he couldn't get off the bench for Leeds in the Championship. No, he couldn't displace. What's his name? Is it Patrick? Isn't it Patrick something? Oh, I forgot his name. But yeah, he couldn't dislodge him. Jimmy D's in the chat as well. Big up, Jimmy. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Keep hitting the likes. Thank you very much. And subscribe. Thank you very much. The subs are going through it. Well, they're flying at the moment. So, guys, I love you. Thank you very much. Eddie the Eagle would score more goals. Exactly. I'm sorry. I don't rate this guy. I don't. And I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans sort of... You see what I mean, guys? You see what I say about sentiment, right? I make a point of saying this week in, week out on this channel. Sentiment is nice to have at times, but honestly, in football, it's not. It's detriment. It's detrimental to our club. It really is. Sentiment, right? That's the only reason, or that's one of the reasons why we're in a mess like this. Sentiment, right? And I'll tell you something. If all you've got to do, if you've played poorly all the time and you rock up and you actually play half decent in 1 or 2 games, that narrative of, oh, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. Let's not worry. Let's not even think about those previous games where he's been a flop. Let's just look at these 2 where he's actually played half decent. Yeah, he deserves another contract. He wants a contract off the back of 2 half decent games. 2 games. My God. I've got my 9-year-old son who I'm saying, listen, in this day and age, all you've got to do make it as a Premier League footballer. You can play poor the whole season, but towards the end of the season, all you got to do, son, rock up in 1 or 2 games, score a goal here and there, have decent hold-up play. Number one, you're a multi-millionaire, and number two, you've earned yourself a new bloody contract just by doing that. That alone. It doesn't matter that, you know, earlier on in the season, the start of the season, the middle of the season, it doesn't matter. As long as you turn up at the end of the season and have 1 or 2 decent games, give or take, maybe score a goal here and there, have decent hold-up play, yeah, right? Kiss the badge, show a bit of passion to the fans. They will love you. That's all you've got to do. Nice money, nice work if you can get it, right? And I guarantee this Eddie Nketiah is a millionaire. Oh, he ain't done nothing in the game, but he's a millionaire, right? That is someone I do not want leading the line. It's not. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry, it's not. Nketiah for me is more suited in the Championship. Could not agree more. Blimey, we've got Jake in the chat. Jake, my guy, Jake. Where you been, man? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Right, we're up to 31 likes. Lovely, decent. Jeff Cott, even if we qualify for the Champions League at the best we can hope for is the quarterfinals. And do you know what as well, right? I've got to say this, yeah? I've got to say this. Now, listen, you guys, right? And be honest, whether you like me, hate me or what, just be honest, right? Don't agree with me if you think I'm wrong, disagree, right? Because I hate when everyone agrees with me. Surely, you know, you have your own opinions. But I don't want to keep going on. The one thing I will say, right, you have to credit the team yesterday. It was a poor game, right? In terms of quality, it was a poor game. But you know what? As Sir Alex Ferguson always used to call it, we are now at the business end of the season, right? So for me, I'm not so much looking at performances anymore. I'm looking at points. We need points, right? We need the points. We need to consolidate top 4. We need to get that as soon as possible. Now, look, we're at home to Leeds. You know, we're facing a team who are also in and around that, you know, that relegation, and they have been playing half decent under this Jesse Marsh. For me, even though we're at home, for me, that's not going to be done and dusted. That's not going to be an easy game. That won't be an easy game because I think we're going to come up against the Leeds team who work hard, they fight for each other, and they're the games I worry about because they're the games where, for me, Arsenal was a very arrogant team, and I hope we don't go into that thinking, oh, it's only Leeds. It's only Leeds, lads. It's only Leeds. No, we're going to walk it. Don't worry. Yeah, no, you relax. Put your feet up. We're going to walk it. No. If that's the mentality we have going into that game, we will lose that game, right? However, if we do win that, Tottenham have got Liverpool. I can't see Liverpool losing or even drawing, right? They're going for the league, right? And I can just see Tottenham being Spursy, right? So if that's the case, that's then 5 points, and obviously we meet Spurs. I can't see. I think subconsciously, I don't think Spurs are mentally strong enough to bridge that gap. I really don't. I'm not even talking about Man United anymore. They're out of it. They're done, right? They're done, right? All we have to worry about now is Spurs, yeah? If we're being honest. Now, I personally think, who would have thought it? We lose 3 games on the bounce, and yet we beat Chelsea, we beat Man United. You just can't write this season. It's a mad season. The one thing I will say is I honestly think Arteta is one of the luckiest managers. I really do. He's just lucky. How he pulls it out week after week, I just don't get how he's doing it. I don't get how he's doing it. The one thing I will say, he's lucky. He's managing Arsenal in a league nowadays where the quality is so poor, right? Let's be honest, guys. You look at that team yesterday, that is not a top 4 team. In seasons gone by, if we're being honest, we've got a few decent players in there, but it's not a top 4 squad, is it? It's not a top 4 team, right? Yeah, we lose those 3 games on the bounce to a point where I'm on the stream saying top 4's done. It's done. It's gone. It's gone. And now, fast forward to how it is today, yeah, we're favourites again because everyone else, right, has bottled it, if we're being honest. How poor is this league? And I've said it all the time. You take out Man City and Liverpool, take those 2 out. This league has been poor. Do you guys agree with that? Because no one seems to mention that. No one seems to say that. I think it's been poor. It's a poor season. Chelsea, Zoe Thomas, if I'm wrong, if I'm lying, I'm dying, right? Back me up on this. Chelsea's top scorer is Mason Mount. Mason Mount is not even a striker, right? Chelsea are third in the league, right? With Mason Mount as their top striker. And even then, I don't even think he's double figures, or he might be, right? I mean, that sort of tells you, like, how poor this league is, right? I was looking at the top scorers earlier on. Obviously, Arsenal, we're nowhere close. You know, if you look at the top 6, top 7, Liverpool got 3 players in there. Salah, Mane, Jota. Yeah, Harry Kane's in there. Ivan Toney's in there. Yeah, Ronaldo's in there. You know what I'm saying? Heung-min Son's in there. So Tottenham have got 2 players in there. We ain't got one. Not one. I think Emil Smith-Rowe is our top scorer. And yet, we're closing in on top 4. Does that not tell you just how poor this league has been and how it has been over the last several seasons? Arteta, for me, in my opinion, is very lucky to be managing Arsenal in these times, because had he have got the job several years earlier, I'll tell you something, we would not be anywhere near top 4. We wouldn't be. We are so lucky that Man United are imploding at the moment. We're so lucky that Tottenham are like Jekyll and Hyde. You just do not know what you're going to get, right? We're so lucky that Leicester have had so much injuries and a loss of form. We're so lucky that West Ham are in Europe, so they have one eye on that, okay? And they don't have the squad, if we're being honest. They don't. I think that showed yesterday. They don't have the squad. So all these teams that we've got around us that we're in the mix with, let's be honest, we're probably the most stable of all of them. Yeah? We're probably the most stable of all of them. How we can lose 3 games to those teams on the bounce and then pick up wins against these 3 teams on the bounce, and we're now still in with a really good chance of getting top 4, that baffles me, guys. I'm sorry, it does. It baffles me. Now, listen, I want top 4. I've seen a lot of channels and a lot of other people say, oh, what's the point? Right? What's the point? Yeah, because we're going to get battered in Europe, right? Well, I'm sorry. No, I don't agree with that. Yeah, to win the lottery, you have to be in it to win it. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League, yeah, but Tottenham went through to the final with a squad like that, and that was poor. They had a poor squad, and they went through. Yeah, sometimes you do have lady luck on your side. Yeah, we might get battered in Europe. We might not. Yeah, we might have the best luck in the world, but we have to be in it. We have to be in it, because from where I want us to go, everyone's saying they want Arsenal to be the best again. They want Arsenal to be competing again. They want Arsenal to be winning leagues again. They want Arsenal to be stepping onto a pitch with the likes of Man City and Liverpool and be able to give them a game, right? All these things here that we want Arsenal to get back to. Well, I'm sorry, guys, but if you genuinely want us to get back to those days and those levels, the Champions League is a major part of that. We have to be in it. We have to be. It's as simple as that, right? Because for me, that's the difference between our budget being, for example, I don't know, 150 million to our budget being 75 million. For example, we have to be in it. I want the very best players here. Yeah, the very best players, right? I couldn't care less if they're 10 million, 20 million, 100 million. Get the right players. I'm not fussed about reputations and the name of the back of the shirt. I'm more fussed about getting the right players in. Get young, hungry players and sprinkle the experience around them as well. Because at the moment, all I'm seeing is young. He's young. They will learn. Their time will come. No. I haven't got time for that. We don't know what's going to happen with Saka. We don't know what's going to happen with Smith-Rowe. And we don't know what's going to happen with Martinelli. And by the way, can I just say, I'm one of many people who have been on here week after week moaning about Arteta. Why is he not starting Martinelli, this, that, the other? But yet he's starting games now. And for me, am I the only one who thinks he's gone right off the boil? Is it just me? Martinelli, I don't know what's happened to him. He's not in form at the moment. I don't think he's playing well at all, if I'm honest with you. It annoys me with some of these players. You know, they're on the bench all the time. They get the odd chance here and there. They come on, they do the business. They're on the bench again, all right? And the likes of us fans, we're moaning about it all the time. And then when they actually do get a run, they don't do nothing with it. And that's what winds me up. You are at the Arsenal. Be grateful you are at the Arsenal. When you have a chance to be in that starting 11, you put a shift in. Show the manager that he was wrong all them times where you was on the bench and he weren't starting you. Make him eat his words. Make the manager look silly. Do what you got to do. But don't get your chance and then don't do nothing for it to earn it, because very soon he'll be out the side again. He'll be out the side. And I'm one of them people. I love Martinelli. He's a quality player. He's a baller, right? And there's no telling what his ceiling is or where he can get to. Yeah, but the last few games I'm watching him, I'm just thinking, you're just making up the numbers. You know, there was something special about him. Yeah, very similar to like a Sanchez, where he comes, he grafts, he hunts, he works hard, he can score a spectacular goal. But what I'm seeing at the moment, I don't know. Have teams found him out? Have they figured him out? I don't know. Static Diesel, no, it's true. Martinelli has definitely got worse. I think he has. Jeff agrees. Look, he's been poor. DWDT, the answer is who plays behind Martinelli? He's not got support. He's got no one. Yeah. Tony Ibra, best young defender and highly rated USA international goalkeeper, and MLS is going to Arsenal. We're going for Champions League glory with them too. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Stephen, Saka and Martinelli, they need to be dropped and rested, Diesel. They are knackered because this manager overused their players, tiring them out. See, yeah, there is an argument with that. But also, there's a part of me that thinks these players are young. They should... Listen, we always hide behind that excuse, right? We always hide behind, oh, he's knackered. And I hear it a lot more for Saka than I do any other player in our team. Saka has a poor game, right? The narrative is, oh, he's knackered, he's useless, he's jaded, he needs a rest, this, that, the other. Arsenal are playing once a week. We are playing once a week. And even if we were playing twice a week, at his age, these are young players who are extremely fit and athletic, right? Okay, for me, there is no excuse. Teams of old were playing twice a week, and they weren't anywhere near the levels of fitness that these players of today are. So are we hiding behind that? Is it an excuse? Is it? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, another thing that bugs me as well. Jimmy D, if you're still in the chat, I know you're an Everton fan. Fair play for your win over Chelsea the other day. But I've got to ask, why does no one ask the question? Why is it now these teams who are in danger of getting relegated? Look at Burnley, right? Burnley's another one, right? Since, what's his name, Mike Jackson, he's took over. Burnley have won a few games. Why is it these teams can start winning now? Why does no one ask the question? Where's that been all season? You're playing well now because you're desperate, because you need the points, because these players know if they get relegated, the chances are there is something in their contract stating that I don't know, like their salaries are halved or they're cut or whatever, right? Because obviously that you can't sustain those salary levels in the championship, right? So I'm sure there is a stipulation in these contracts. The players towards the end of the season think, oh my God, my money might go down. Oh, can't have that. Can't have that. Come on, lads. We've got to start putting it in now. We've got 4 or 5 games left. Let's just start winning some games. And us as fans, all we do is applaud, don't we? We applaud. Oh, Everton, brilliant. Oh, they really showed it. Really showed spirit. Burnley, oh my God, they might just beat this. Oh, fair play to Burnley. Oh my God, brilliant. Right, there's a part of me, and as much as I'm like, do you know what? Fair play, credit where credit's due. Everton beat Chelsea. Who would have seen that coming? Burnley have had a few wins. Blimey, after Sean Dyche going up, that may have been a mistake. It's looking like it wasn't, right? But then there is also a part of me now that's looking at it thinking, but you guys can do it, yeah? You can win games. You can club together, play together as a team, as a unit, band of brothers. Love all that. Solidarity amongst brothers, amongst men. Love it. Love all that. Because stuff like that wins games. You can do it. So where has that been all season? No one really asked the question, do they? If Everton beat relegation, oh my God, wow, brilliant. Well done. Frank's done the job there. Wow. Burnley beat it. Oh, Burnley, bro. Oh my God. Right? We clap. But you see what I'm saying? See how these players, they get away with being rubbish, poor, lazy for the whole of the season. All they do is turn up for the last 4 or 5 games, manage to beat relegation, and they're looked at as heroes. As heroes. Where has that been all season? I'm sorry, I'm one of them fans. I know I'm a minority, I get that. But I want someone to ask that question. Where has that been? Where has it been? I hear Ralph Rangnick going on about, we're not as fit as Liverpool, or, why not? Why are you not as fit as Liverpool? You've got Carrington training ground. You've got a decent training ground there, right? You've got everything that Liverpool have got. Why are you not fit? Yeah, I've heard Arteta say it. We wasn't our concentration. It wasn't 100% today. We were lucky we escaped that one. We this, we that, we this, we that. Why? Why weren't they concentrating? Why wasn't they at 100%? We played poorly today. Why did you play poorly? The passing game wasn't there. Why not? Because you trained day in, day out on this. Where was it today? Because West Ham weren't great yesterday. Where was it? Right? Now, listen, he'll get a pass. And in some ways, rightly so, because we're at the end of the season. All we want now are points. That's it. Right? So do you know what? Points over performance. We're at the business end, as I said earlier on. It's all about the points. We want top 4. Yeah? There are some Arsenal fans who don't want top 4. I do. Because if we're going to get to where I want us to get to, Champions League is a major part of that, guys. It is. It is. Now, listen, look at it like this, right? If Arsenal get top 4, if we do, which is looking likely, if we do, I do not want this manager here. Because for me, he can't attract big names, right? He can't. But we all know he's going to be here, okay? So the way I look at it is like this. We say it every single, towards the end of every season, we always say, right, this summer's the big one. This summer is the big one. This is where we really need to invest. We say it, right? This is the big one. I know I said it last season, but this is really the big one. Look, let me tell you something now. See this one coming up? As much as we say it before, we've said it season in, season out. I'm telling you now, guys, this one coming up really is the big one. It's the big one. This is what would define this man and define this Arsenal team and define the board of where we are going, where we want to go. Yeah, because if we do get top 4, we need players. Edu comes out last week. I said it on my last stream to you guys. We're looking at getting one or two players. 1 or 2. No. We get Champions League. Yeah, the amount of games we're going to play next season will double more or less. We need a squad. Forget the 11. We need a squad. Now we've seen how brittle this squad is, right? With the likes of Tierney being injured, Partey being injured. Yeah, we've had to call on El Neni. I mean, blimey, if that's not reaching, I don't know what is. Yeah, El Neni's had to come in, right? We've played Nketiah up front. Somehow, even Lokonga, who, by the way, everyone was waxing lyrical about at the start of the season, no one's talking about Lokonga now, are they? Right? He's not at the required level, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Some of these, as much as we cuss some of these signings he's made, yeah, and we get told off for it because everyone thinks Arteta's signings have been amazing, yeah. Some of them haven't. Tavares is shocking. Now look at it like this, right? We've got Tavares, yeah, filling in at left back. My God, you just don't know what you're going to get from this guy, right? Absolutely shocking. We've had to bring in Lokonga at times. El Neni's in the midfield. Nketiah's up front. Cedric's at right back. Tomiyasu was brought back way too early. You could see he wasn't fit yesterday. Why? You got Cedric on the bench. Play Cedric. Play Cedric. But no, he brings in Tomiyasu. Whatever. I mean, that's just Mikel. All right. Only he knows what goes on in his head. Right. But Tomiyasu's now goes off injured. It's probably going to be even worse than what it was before. So, we've got Cedric there. This is a player that couldn't break into a poor Southampton team, and yet he's coming in. And to be honest, to be fair to Cedric, I don't think he's done a bad job since he's been here, right? But going forward, he's not a top right back. No way, no chance. I look at him as he'll do for now. He's there to fill in, do a job, and get us through to the end of the season, right? But we all know he's going to be here next season, Cedric. Tavares will probably be here next season. Now, when you look at these players that I've just reeled off, be honest with me, guys. You guys in the chat, does that stink of top 4? Because it doesn't with me. It doesn't, right? Rob Holding, again, as much as he had a great game yesterday, he's nowhere near the required standard of this Arsenal Football Club. If Ben White was fit yesterday, we'd never have seen Holding. Yes, I'll throw him into the mix as well. Is that, now, all those players I've just reeled off, guys, are they top 4 caliber? Really? Is that a team you could see in the Champions League next season and think, do you know what? I fancy us to get to the quarters. No, it's not, is it? It's not. So all this about, oh, we just need one or two. No, I'm thinking we need 6, 7, 8. In my opinion, 6, 7, 8 players. It's not just the first 11. We need a squad. If we're going to tackle, listen, Premier League next season, Champions, if we get it, Champions League next season, right? Additional games, right? I want us to go for the FA Cup next season. Additional games. The Carabao Cup, additional games. Yeah? We're talking a hell of a lot more games. We've been lucky this season because we're playing once a week. Even then, playing once a week, even then, injuries have caught us. If injuries have caught us this season, playing once a week, what are injuries going to do to us next season when we're playing twice a week? Think about it, guys. Come on, man. It's not rocket science, is it? Thank you, Zoe. No, Kane, as a Man United fan, we're not getting top 4. No, you guys aren't. It's too late now for you guys, unfortunately. Do you know what? I feel so, as much as I love Ronaldo. Yeah, some of the Man United fans I've seen just disrespecting that man. Oh, he can't. He's the problem. He's the problem. He can't press. He can't do this. He doesn't run back. And there's a part of me thinking, do you know what? Only when we beat you, for me, that was where I was like, Man United are gone. Right, they're out of it. You know, they're not in top 4 contention. Yeah, I'm telling you now. Take Ronaldo out of that team. I dread to think where you guys would be. I do. The fact that and I'm not bashing United here because obviously we're equally as poor, right? Obviously, you guys have had a worse season, right, than what we have, if I'm being honest. But I look at it and I just think to myself, do you know what? This is a player at 37 years of age. I'm sure he's 37. To still, I mean, what is he? 17 goals this season. The amount of games he saved you in. And yet he's getting quite a bit of stick, right, from the Man United fans. I don't understand that. Fernandes has had a poor season, piss poor. He gets a new contract with even more money. I don't understand that, right? And even then, you think, all right, he's got that. We're going to see like the best of him now because obviously he's buzzing. He's got a new contract, more money. It's going to give him that little bit of on the pitch. No. He's made no difference whatsoever. Unbelievable, right? But do you know what? We need to be, as Arsenal fans, if we're being honest, we need to be grateful for that. Grateful that Man United are imploding. Now, listen, I don't know what this Ten Hag is going to do. Good manager, don't get me wrong. But if people think they just need a change of manager and that's it, right? We're going to see Man United, boom! You couldn't be more wrong. I'm telling you now, there is so much wrong with that club. And sometimes you love to see it because I can't stand Man United. If I'm being totally, I just can't stand them. And a lot of that, I can't stand them. But obviously, the respect is there. Obviously, over the years growing up, literally a tug of war between us and United, and it's for that reason why I hate them. But yeah, listen, they're an absolute mess. They're an absolute mess. Tottenham now. You know, if we go into that derby and we're 5 points ahead, I just can't see Tottenham having the mental strength to bridge that gap. I just don't see it, guys. And for that reason, we probably will get top 4. We probably will. Right? Now, listen, let's have it right now. Yeah? This is what's going to annoy me. And people are going to think, like you're getting angry if we get top 4. No, I'm only angry with the circus that'll come with it. So if Arsenal get top 4, I'm going to, brilliant. Because now we're back in the Champions League. You know, it's those nights that we watch on the TV and think, if only Arsenal could be there. You know, when you hear that Champions League anthem and you think, if only we could, do you know what I'm saying? If only we could be there. There are also some Arsenal fans who moan about the Europa League. I don't want that. I don't want to be in that. Well, hang on a minute. We haven't won that, right? Let's win it first before we knock it, yeah? Right? We haven't won it. But you want to knock it? Nah, for me, that don't roll, right? Anyway, Champions League. Then for me, that's where I want to see, right, where are we going now? Because I'll tell you something now, guys. Think of it, right? Big up D-Dubs as well. He's in the chat. Hope you're well, brother. Thank you, Noel. You speak facts, bro. Say it and tell it as it is, my God. Yeah, exactly. No one else seems to be doing that, Noel. So I might as well step up and say it. I say no one else, a few do. Jeff Cross, weak squad. If it's not strengthened, then another season of same old. Yep. If we want a challenge, we need 14 players in the summer. DWDT. Diesel, the more you talk, the more I cry. Sorry, bruv. Laugh out loud. Do we really want top 4? Arteta Eddie will have to really work this summer, and I don't see it. Yeah, I agree. Sorry if I'm making you cry, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes the truth hurts, though, doesn't it? Danny Slater, big up yourself, Danny. Hope you well, mate. Bukayo Saka, my baller, always back that kid after the Euros to have the season he's had. Unreal player. He's had a very good season. Very good. Mosley, my mate here. Evening Diesel. Imagine if we had Ronaldo up front. Christ. I'm telling you, what a player. Even, do you know at this age, to be doing what he's doing in a league as intense as this, and people are still knocking. Do you know what? This country, I'll tell you, this is the only thing I can't stand about this country, right? We're very quick to build players up, and we're equally as quick, if not quicker, to knock them down and break them down. We are. Now, sometimes it's warranted, right? But other times it's like, and also, you know, like we build up players who don't deserve it. Like Eddie Nketiah, right? He's a prime example. A couple of half-decent games. He's not had a couple of brilliant games where I'm looking at it thinking, oh my God. You know what I mean? He ran that game. No, half-decent. I go as far as saying half-decent. All right, yeah, all right. But yet people, even the pundits, everyone's going on about, oh my God, Eddie, oh my God. Maybe Arsenal should keep him. Maybe Arsenal could do with it. Do you know what? I'd even go as, do you know what? All right, let me tell you something. I'd even go as far as saying, Eddie could lead the line for you guys next year. Eddie could lead the line. Imagine Eddie Nketiah up front against the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. Oh my God, Eddie could do a job. Unbelievable. And do you know what the funny thing is, right? I can understand if these sort of comments are coming from, and you know, non-Arsenal fans, because let's be honest, you know, they want us to stay as we are because we're no threat to anyone while we're in the state we're in. But I'm hearing this from Arsenal fans. Madness. It's unbelievable. The world is gone. This fan base is the worst in world football. I say it every time. I stand by that. I stand by it. I really do. You know why? Because we have a lot of young fans. Right? I know I'm not knocking them because of their age, but they only go on what they've seen. You know, they've never seen Arsenal win a proper, yes, the odd FA Cup here and there. I'm on about leagues. You know, they've never seen Arsenal win the league and win it easily. Right? They've never seen an Arsenal team with 6, 7, 8 world-class players. They've never seen an Arsenal team who had leaders all over that pitch. You know, they've never seen that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I suppose there's a part of me thinking, well, what do you expect him to be like? What do you expect him to say? But then there's another argument to say, and what annoys me is that we've seen it, you know, people, fans of my age and above, you know, we've seen us Arsenal win leagues and, you know, the Invincibles and 89 and 7, 8, 9 world-class players in that team. We've seen it. We've experienced it. We've tasted it. You know, these young fans should be more on this club than what I am, or the likes of Jez, whoever, yeah? Because they want to see what I've seen. They want to see. They should be spitting blood and they should be angry and annoyed at the fact that that's not fair. Diesel's seen this. I haven't. I want to see that. I want to see what he's seen. So therefore, I'm going to be on this club hard because I want to see them days come back. I want to see us win stuff. I want to see us step onto a pitch with the likes of Liverpool and Man City and give them a game. Win, lose or draw, we give them a game. And if they're going to beat us, oh my God, they're going to have to work hard for it. They're going to have to work hard. They're going to have to leave blood, sweat and tears on that pitch. Not rock up nowadays, play against us, you know, not even get out of second gear and walk all over us. No, That's not the Arsenal I grew up watching. So sometimes I look at these young people and I think to myself, you should be more on this club than I am. You should be more angry than I am. You should be more demanding of this club than I am. And you should have higher ambitions of this club than I've got. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But you know you don't, because you only go off what you've seen. Yeah? Only go off what you've seen. I used to say I'm an Arsenal fan with pride. I used to say it with chest. Yeah? Now I'm embarrassed. Sorry, I am. Now, I want to see where we're going, because I'll tell you something now. If we do get Champions League, this will be a massive indicator of just where we're going to go. Because I'm telling you now, guys, 1 or 2 players ain't going to cut it for me. Not going to cut it. I'm sorry. You see how short we are now, right? Now, I expect even more players to go in the summer. Go. Not come. I'm going to bet go, right? We need, I'll tell you something now, the investment we're going to need this summer is going to be frightening, especially because Champions League, what comes with that is more games, less time to rest, less time to train. Yeah? There's a risk of more injuries. Do you know what I'm saying? More fatigue, more tiredness, more this, more that. Right? We need players. And I'm not just on about bodies, guys. I'm on about quality. We need quality. Right? Quality. Now, listen. You know, if I was a manager of Arsenal right now, I'm not one of these people who are going to say, look, if someone asked me right now, you know, if Arsenal do get Champions League, do you think Arsenal got a chance of winning it next season? Now, obviously, let's be honest, you know, we're not stupid, right? The chances are very, very unlikely, right? It depends, you know, but there is a part of me, if I was a manager, whether I believe it or not, I need to get that psyche into the players. You know what? You can win this. Oh, you're having the laugh, Gaffer. You're having the laugh. No. Listen to me. Listen to me. You players are quality. You're good. You need to believe in yourselves. You do that. You conquer that fear and you believe in it, right? We're playing so-and-so tomorrow. Yes, they're an outstanding team, but they're not robots. They're still 11 men. They're men. They can be got at. They can be beaten, and we can do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you now, a lot of it, guys, it's not always about skill, technical flair, ability. A lot of it is about this up here. It's your psyche. How much do you want it? Yeah? Are you a winner? Do you want to be a winner? Yeah? Do you want to taste it? Do you know, do you know what I'm saying? Do you want to hit those heights? Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Breed that mentality. When Mourinho came here, everyone thought, who's this guy? Who's this clown? Come to Chelsea. Yeah? He turned that Chelsea team into winners. Arrogant winners. Yeah? I've never known a manager sit in a press conference and say, I'm the special one. And what? People are looking at it thinking, who are you? You've just come over to this country and you're talking like that. You're big and you're this and you're Mr. The big I am. But you know what? Not only did he say it, he proved it and he did it more than once. Yeah? That is what I'm saying, because I'll tell you something now. Whatever he was saying at that press conference, imagine what he's saying to those players behind the scenes. Yeah? I told you guys, managers now, it's not just about being managers, it's about being a therapist. You know what I mean? You have to psychoanalyze everything. You have to figure out, very quickly the players who respond well to a kick up the arse, and players who don't like that, but they like an arm around the shoulder or whatever, right? You have to work all these things out, but you have to also instill belief. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to. For me, he's not the right manager. He's not. He's learning on the job. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of my club being in the hands of a manager who's learning on the job. I've never liked it. I don't like it. I don't like it, right? Now, listen, Arteta, the one thing I will say, a squad like this, and he's got this to top 4, if we get it, yeah, is the bare minimum that I think we all sort of asked for at the start of the season, right? Top 4 and the trophy. Now, he obviously hasn't done the trophy thing, but it's looking like he may just get us top 4. If he does, you've got to give him credit for that. Got to, right? I've always said this. My thing about Arteta has never been personal. I don't hate the man. I don't. Right? And I've seen people bashing Arteta no matter what Arsenal do. Yeah? No matter what they do. If he gets this team top 4, you've got to give the man credit. Now, listen, we can all say, We can all, yeah, but Man United imploded. Yeah, but Tottenham ain't been the same. Oh, Leicester have had injuries. West Ham. A lot of things I've said. A lot of, and oh, look, that is true. A lot of that's happened. Yeah, but I've got to give the man credit. You've got to. You can't not. And if you don't, then you really do have an agenda, right? My thing is, Mikel, you got us top 4. I didn't think you would, but you did. It doesn't matter what went on around you. You can only beat what's in front of you on the pitch. You've done that. Thank you very much. Right? You've got us to the next stage in our development. Thank you very much. Here's your check. Time to go. Goodbye. And you know what? Right, we're in the top 4 now. You know, we're back in the promised land. Now I need a top tactical coach, elite coach, to come in and take these boys to the next level. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's the. In fact, I know he's not. He's not the man. Mikel is not the man, right? And as much as you got to say, give the man credit, right? But I'm not one of those fans who's, if we get top 4, oh my God, he's done it. Oh my God, wow. Oh my God, brilliant, Mikel. I love you. Thank you so much. No, because when Arsene Wenger was doing his season in, season out, I wasn't happy with that. I wasn't happy with just getting top 4. It wasn't a trophy, but he made out it was a trophy, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I was angry about that. I wanted more. And now we get top 4. If we do, I'm not going back to, oh my God, thank you. Wow. No. Mikel Arteta, for me, if he does get it, all he's done for me, he's done the bare minimum that I challenged him to do. Yeah? Right? I wanted top 4 with the money he spent. Too bloody right he should get top 4. Too right and all he should get top 4. And all these things that have worked in his favour this season, if someone said to me, do you think Mikel Arteta has had a lot of luck along the way? Oh, bloody hell, yes. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I think he's been a bloody lucky manager. I really do. A lot of things have gone for him, you know, but you have to give the man credit. You have to. A lot of people won't agree with me on that, but you can't just constantly bash this man no matter what he does or doesn't do. You have to give credit where credit's due, right? My thing now, people ask me all the time, if he does get top 4, Diesel, do you think he's earned the right to stay and do another season? For me, if he gets top 4, part of me thinks, in the eyes of the board and a lot of the fans, he's done enough to have another bash at it next season. Me personally, if you ask me what my opinion is, because of where I want to get to and where I think we could get to, has he done enough? Probably. But do I want him next season? No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Nothing personal. I think with Arteta, if he stays top 4, I don't think we'll get top 4 again next season. I don't. I think we've been lucky this season. Really lucky. Do I think there's enough at this club for a top-level manager to come in and build on and do something with? Yeah, I do. I think we've got enough talent here. We need a hell of a lot more, don't get me wrong. But there is enough. I can see enough for me to think, do you know what? If we got rid of him and we had a top draw coach come in, he's got enough. Of course, he's going to need to sign his own players and identify a style. But the groundwork is here. The groundwork's here. I don't think a top draw manager would have to come in and literally start from scratch, like root and branch. I don't. I think we've got some decent players here. We need to add to it. And some of these players have got to go, right? But when you look at Ramsdale, I mean, he's my player of the season, if I'm honest with you. Tierney, I think, will thrive under a new manager, a new and better manager. Gabriel, yeah, I'm not sold on Ben White, if I'm honest. I'm not. We need a right Tomiyasu. He ain't good enough for me, Tomiyasu. He's not. But he's a good squad player. I keep him in the squad. That midfield needs a whole revamp. Partey, I'm keeping. Xhaka's going. Elneny, I'd keep, you know. I'd keep Elneny. Squad player. I'd keep him. right? He comes across as the kind of player who sits on the bench. He doesn't moan. He's not knocking on the manager's door every week, asking why he don't get a game. He's happy to sit there and pick up his money, right? But whenever you need him, he'll come on. He'll do a job. You're winning a game. You've got 15 minutes to go. You need to keep it tight. Throw on an extra body in midfield. He's that man. He's that man. Do you know what I'm saying? Players like him, you need players like that in your squad. If you're going to go, you need him. James Milner's like that. You need players like that who can come on and do a job. Yeah, we'll never be a 10 out of 10, but we'll always be a solid 7 out of 10. You need those sort of players. Right, let's go to. I've been writing on for ages. I'm going to go to some comments before I quickly wrap this up. An hour. See how quick an hour goes. Massive. We've got Mr. Arsenal podcast as well. Ryan, big up yourself, Ryan. Everyone, evening, everyone. How's your days? All good, thanks, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're good, mate. Jimmy D, Ronaldo is a machine. Without his goals, Man United wouldn't be in the top half, let alone the top 6. Exactly, Jimmy D. And yet, fans want to get on his back and say he's the problem. Oh, my God. When you think of what he's given to that club. So, yeah, fans of today... honestly, whatever. No matter what you do, you're going to get critics. I'd say this. It's just this country. It's the press in this country. It's the media. Honestly, it's disgusting at times for me. Craig Malloy, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. That's a fact. Mosley, I don't want to see us getting battered like we used to in the Champions League. The squad needs more depth. I agree, Mosley, but at the same time, I'm hearing Arsenal fans saying, what's the point in being in it? What's the point? I don't want to be in it because we're only going to get raped. What's the point? Yeah? But yet you want Arsenal to be bigger and better and be the best and compete. So which one do you want then? What do you want? You can't do that and not be in the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? You need that. It's a lottery. You have to be in it to win it. You've got to be in it. To compete, you've got to be in it. All right, to get the players that we're all crying out for, you've got to be in it. Got to be. Joey, the only way Arsenal can get top draw players and not be in the Champions League, the only way of doing that is if we had a proper elite manager, right? But we haven't got that. So therefore, we need the Champions League, right? Even then, with Arteta at the helm, even if we do get Champions League, are you guys confident that he can attract the top draw players? I'm not. Yeah? Because top quality players, right? Yes, money is a factor, but it's not the only factor. A large factor as well is who the manager is. There are some managers, players will walk on hot coals to play for. Arteta is not one of them. He's not. Right? So when you think this summer, if we do get Champions League, the likelihood is he's going to have more money to play with, right? I would suspect, right? He'll have more money to play with. But even then, who are we looking to sign, really? Because players of any real quality, you've got to think, we're not the only ones who have to rebuild. There's a hell of a lot of other clubs who are in the same boat, if not worse than ours, who need to seriously spend some money this summer and invest. So players of any real quality, are they going to pick us over the likes of that lot down the road or Man United or Chelsea, or we don't know what's going on with Chelsea. I'm sure they will buy though. Do you know what I'm saying? It's scary, guys. And this is what I'm saying. A top draw manager, I'd have a lot more confidence in Arsenal being able to secure top draw players because the manager plays a big part in that. It's when I'm hearing certain other channels going on about I don't really care who the manager is. Well, do you know what? You bloody well should care. I was going to swear then. You should care because it is important. Right, it is important, believe it or not. Yeah, but again, it's like I say, it's where you want, it's what your expectations are as a fan. Steffi, surely the season needs to start earlier with the upcoming World Cup, but I haven't seen Premier League dates yet. I have no idea what's going on with that. If I'm honest, I'm sure that'll come out very soon. D-Dubs. God, when you talk a lot, honestly, like your throat, it kills me. Facts, Diesel, bro. They're mentally warped, foggy-minded, zombied out. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. I love it when you guys say diesel facts, 100%. I love all that because that just tells me that what I'm saying, I'm not talking crap, am I? I'm yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, talking facts, real hard, cold hard truths. Yeah, Rowan, thank you very much. Diego, thank you very much. Can't argue with that. Static facts, come on. Jeff Cross, some fans are more interested in merchandise than winning competitions. Again, that's a fact. Jimmy D, 100% diesel, spot on. Thank you very much. Sport in general, you need to have the belief that you can achieve a lot. Jimmy D, I say this all the time. Do I not, Jimmy? Come on, you watch me every single week, right? You know what I'm saying, yeah? It's all about psyche, brother. Like no one talk. Do you know what? I do watch certain other channels and I think, oh, please mention that. Please touch on that. Please bring this up. Please discuss that. Please discuss this. Please. But they don't. It's always the same old crap, right? And I look at it, I think to myself, do you know what? We all go on about, yes, we need better players if we're going to sort of, be able to compete, not even win, beat, but compete. That's the word, compete, right? With the top clubs, the Man Cities, the Liverpools. Yeah, we need better players. And they're right. Of course we do. Of course we do. Right, but we also need to build up that belief as well. We also need that psyche. I want winners, in that team. I want players who are prepared to work hard and graft. Yeah, I mentioned him earlier on, James Milner. I'd love 2 or 3 James Milners in this side. Yeah, or in the squad at least. In the squad. Workhorse. Gareth Barry was another one. Scotty Parker was another one. Do you know what I'm saying? These aren't the flashy signings. And look, and a lot of us fans, we're blinded by that. We love the Haalands, the Lewandowskis, the Mbappes, the Benzemas. Of course we do. I love those sort of players, of course, right? But you know what? You can't ever knock those workhorses, the water carriers, right? Whatever you want to call them. The Gareth Barrys, the James Milners, those players who just put it in, week out. Nothing glamorous, but I'll tell you something. You've got players like that in your team, in your squad. You're not losing many games, right? You're not, because these players work. They earn their money. All I want, listen, I go on all the time about aubameyang and 350 grand a week and Lacazette on, 180 grand a week or whatever it is. But I have a real problem with players who don't earn their money. I do. And when these players are out of form, what's the first thing us as fans talk about or bring up? Hang on a minute, he's been poor all season, he's on that money, he's playing like that, and he's doing this, and he's doing that, and he's on that amount of money. We say it all the time, do we not? Right? But you see when these players are performing, when they're putting it in, no one talks about their salary. No one talks about how much money they're on. If they can get it, fair play, good for them, right? But earn your money. Static said it as well. Look, he just said, Jordan Henderson, another one. Do you know how many Arsenal fans I've heard over the last couple of years slaughter this player, right? They slaughter him. Why would we want Henderson? He's crap. Who's this? Who's that? Let me tell you something now. Jordan Henderson would walk into this Arsenal team like that. Right? Walk, not run. He'd walk in. He would walk in. And straight away, he would be the best midfielder at the club. Yeah? That's not even my opinion. That's a fact. That is a fact. Right? Xalinator, Jason Park, as another one. Right? Do you notice, right? Ex-Man United player. Do you notice, Jason Park, right? If you look back, right, this is a fact, yeah? Ferguson used to rave about Park. If you notice, he always played Park in the big games, the finals, the semis. Do you know why? Because he knew what he was getting. He knew he was getting 7, 8 out of 10. Again, do you know what? We talk about Man United greats. No one talks about this player, right? They talk about the Roy Keanes, the Nistelrooys, the Paul Scholes, and yeah. No one really talks about these are the workhorses, right? They don't grab the headlines. Right? They don't. They never have. They never will. Yeah? But let me tell you something now. You need those players in your team. You need them. Liverpool, right? Henderson. He's captain for a reason. Right? He's in that team for a reason. Yeah? Fabinho's another one. Works. Look at Fernandinho at Man City. Works. Grafts. Rodri. Works. Graphs. You know what I'm saying? These players, I love these sort of players. I do. I always have. I've always had a soft spot. I've never, ever, ever coated off Henderson, a Milner, a Gareth Barry. These are players who are really injured. They turn up. They turn up week in, week out. They earn their money. I love players who earn their money. I do. Stephen Freetley said another one. Look, Genie Wijnaldum, another one. Right? Now, when he went to Liverpool, how many people thought, oh, my God, you bought him? What, from Newcastle? Even Henderson. Oh, Sunderland. Oh, Henderson. Jordan. Okay. Yeah, okay. Andy Robertson. Hull. Relegated. They bought him. Oh, why have you bought him? Why have you bought him? Can you imagine Arsenal? Right? Arteta's bought who? Mikel's bought what? Arsenal spent that amount of money on what? They spent how much on him? Can you imagine the comments? But yet, look at these players now. They're ballers. Absolute ballers, right? They're workhorses. They graft. I'm sick and tired. I've seen players, not just Arsenal players, but players in general of today, where I watch a game and I think, do you know what? You're not even trying. You're not even playing. All these fans have come from miles and miles away just to come and watch you on their weekend when they should be at home with their families. They work hard during the week, right? I know people who have 2-3 jobs, shift work, night work. Him and his missus, like passing ships through the night. They rarely see each other because they have to earn the money. Yeah, and a lot of them, right, they do the extra work, the extra shift work because they have to pay for their season ticket. Yeah, they do the extra shift work just to save enough, right, for that £1,000 or however much it is for the season ticket. They follow their team home and away, this, that, the other. And I'm seeing players who are taking it for granted, that support, right? How many trains, you have to get on just to get to the game? How much money you have to spend on food? Maybe a hotel the night before. God forbid parents have got 3-4 kids and they all want to go to the game. Do you know how much money that is? Yeah? The least these players can do, is bloody well turn up in these games. And a lot of them don't. Right? They're mugging you off like you wouldn't believe. That is why I don't go to games. Sod that. No, I work too bloody hard for my money. And I'm going to piss it up again. For you guys? No, I'll go to the odd game here and there. There is no way I'm doing this. No way. No chance. Right? That's just not me. I'm sorry. Fair play if you guys do. I can't. Right? But you know what? These are the players. Henderson, I would take Henderson tomorrow. Even Milner. Do you know what? Milner, right now, I take him, I take him as a squad player to be on the bench, to come in, fill in. I'm telling you, he's a leader. Ramsdale, though, to be fair, Diesel Arteta bought and he's earned his respect after being abused from his own fans by earning his money by his performances for us this season. Yeah, listen, I was one of them. I'm not going to lie. When I heard we was getting him, I thought, and then I'd heard, obviously, he's been relegated 2 or 3 times with his, with his previous clubs. He's coming. Listen, he has been an absolute breath of fresh air. He really has. My big problem with Leno, and listen, I've heard a lot of people go on about Leno's crap. He's one of the worst keepers that we've seen. I think that's very, very OTT, if I'm honest. I'm sorry. I'm not sitting here saying Leno is class, because he's not. But I'm sorry. People, it's a bit over the top, right? Come on, he's a decent keeper. My problem with Leno is he's too nice. He keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't talk. I can't stand keepers like that. I like keepers who command their box. I love Schmeichels, Siemens. I love keepers like that who aren't afraid to open their mouth and say something. Command, yeah? Command your troops. That's what. And I look at Ramsdale, and I know Ramsdale is an Arsenal fan. Funnily enough, he is. But when you see the level of performance, I'm not on about he's played the odd good game here and there. Do you know how many games this man has saved us in? Saved us, yeah. I love it when Arsenal players. I love it when players converse with the fans. I do. I've always loved that. I've always loved that. Recognise the fans. Recognise what these fans do for you guys, yeah? Because a lot of your salary is the fans contribute to that, you know. People say, oh, they do. They do, right? They do. It's our club, not yours, it's ours. Yeah, you won't be here for long. We will be. That's the big difference, and I think that's what people need to try and get into their heads. It is our club, right? We see Ramsdale put it in. Yes, he's had a few bad games. You've never ever seen me on here, right? Cussing off Ramsdale if he's had a bad game, right? He's due a bad game every now and again. But you know what? He turns up in the majority of them. He does. I've seen him rollick those defenders, proper tear into them. I love that. I love that. I'm sorry, I do. And do you know what? What an absolute great buy. And that's one thing I will commend Arteta on, right? I will commend him on that. Brilliant buy. That's been an absolute brilliant buy. And for me personally, if someone was to ask me who's Arsenal's player of the season, Ramsdale. All day long. All day long. For me, no one comes close. Sorry, guys, I do get a bit excited there. Steve Ball. Steve, pick up yourself, mate. Ramsdale has had plenty of experience in poor teams to learn his trade. We've got 41 likes. Lovely, lovely. Very nice. Tony Ibra. Big up, Tony. Hope you well, mate. Diesel Xhaka wants to connect with you, though. Don't you want to be closer to the players? Xhaka's got to go, guys. I'm sorry. He's another one. And Xhaka, for me, is very similar to a Mesut Ozil, where he divides so much opinion. Yeah. Now, when Ozil left, I thought, oh, finally, you know, like that circus has gone, blah, blah. And I'm not saying the Xhaka thing is as big as what it was with Ozil, because the Ozil circus was absolutely massive. But this guy does divide a lot of opinion. He does, right? Because half the fan base want him. They see what he does. They see what he brings to the team. And there's the other half who just think, you know, they say he's not good enough. We still don't know what he is. He's been here long enough. A lot of people, myself included, have never forgiven him for how he was with the fans during that game. I haven't forgotten that. For me, he should never have played for this club again. But typical Arsenal, we bend over and we let people do us up the arse. So obviously we've kept him. And now he's coming out doing an interview saying he wants to get closer to the fans. He wants to connect. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. For me, it's all too late. Right? It's all too late. I've said it once, I've said it before. Abroad in a slower league, I think Xhaka could be half decent. He is not he's not quality. He's not good enough. He's not of the required quality for us, for where we want to get to. You know, it's a very fast league. It's an unforgiving league when he plays to a mobile who can move. This player can't move, right? He's too static. Yeah? Pardon the pun, static in the chat. But yeah, he is. He is. He's not quick enough. He's not mobile. He's not. And I do think Partey saves him a lot during games. It's another thing that a lot of Arsenal fans don't see. When they play together, Partey at some points has to do the job of two men to account for Xhaka. And I don't agree with that. So, yeah, he's got to go. He's another one. Layman's another one. David Dundas, pick up yourself, David. Again, Layman. Yeah, I forgot all about him. Sorry, my apologies. Another one. Wasn't afraid to use his mouth. Yeah, wasn't afraid to shout, bark orders, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, again, another one. I love keepers like that. Keep those defenders on their toes. You know what I'm trying to say? Randy Viper, my guy, my cousin, Randy Viper, come on. My big love. How are you, darling? Leno is the worst keeper in history. He has a stinking attitude, that the arrogant. Well, yeah, I know what you said. But yeah, he'll go in the summer. He'll go. But yeah, for me, he's too nice. He's too quiet. How many times have we seen Arsenal, right? Leno concede a goal, and he doesn't even look bothered. He looks at the floor. He just stares down. If that's me, I'm looking up thinking, because don't forget, right, guys, don't forget, keepers get bonuses based on clean sheets, right? They might get, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 grand for every, clean sheet that they get, right? If you let in a goal as a goalkeeper, now goalkeepers pride themselves on clean sheets, right? Same as strikers pride themselves on goals. Goalkeepers pride themselves on clean sheets, right? They let a goal in. It's not their fault, right? It's due to a mistake by the defence or whatever. If that's me, that guy has just cost me 5-6 grand. I'm tearing into him and some, right? See, Leno just looks down, not bothered. Nah, get out of the club, man. I'm sorry, I'm not into that. I like seeing emotional players. I like characters. I like people who, do you know what I'm saying? I do. I love players who play for the shirt. I love all of that, you know. And I know it's maybe I'm talking a bit old. I'm too in the old era or whatever. I'm very similar to a Roy Keane. I love listening to Roy Keane, right? I do. I love players like that, right? You know, a football match to him was like going to war. Do you know what I'm saying? I love stuff like that. That's right, Diesel. Come on, D-Dubs. You know, Ramsdale facts, Diesel. Come on, Stevie Ball. Big up yourself. Static. Diesel, I still want Decore from Everton. Another one that works hard, a lot like Milner and Henderson. Yep. Yeah, I like Decore. I like Bissouma. I think Bissouma's one I think we should be looking at. We should. I think him and Partey together, that would be decent. Listen, we need a lot of players, guys. I'm worried about the striker situation. That's what I'm really worried about. I am. I'm not going to lie, because strikers always cost the most money. Yeah. What do? You know, will all our budget go on 2, 1, and the rest we just bring in sort of youngsters unheard of? Oh, but no, don't worry, guys, because in 10 years he's going to be class. No. Well, I want players now. I want players for today. Yeah, we've got enough youth, in my opinion. Now it's time to get the experienced, seasoned players. Yeah, you can't just have all young. Well, I like the idea of young players coming through. I love that. We have a good academy. I'm sure we've got some gems down there. Yeah, even left back. I'm looking at left back and I'm thinking, do you know what? Tavares, really? Who's our left back in the under 18s, in the reserves? Right? Promote him. Bring him up. Do you know what I'm saying? Could he do any worse? Do you know what I'm saying? Do it. You know, it's what I'm saying. It's another way of, like Smith Rowe. If we was to sell him tomorrow, Saka tomorrow, you're making dough. They've cost you nothing. They've come up through the hell end, through the academy, right? You know, all these years ago, Arsenal, you know, we've never had assets. You know, we've never had players who we can sell and make dough on. We've now got 2 there. Saka more, of course, but Smith Rowe, he wouldn't go cheap. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. You're telling me we can't dig out another 2 or 3 from down there? Yeah, so as much as El Nenny's playing well, I get that. But is there not a midfielder down there who's a bit better than El Nenny, who could come up and come in and play? Have we not got a left back that, obviously, Tierney's now injured? We saw Tavares have a shocker of a game. Surely, have we not got a left back down there who could come up and do an half-decent job? And then maybe we could find another 2 gems. And if they have a decent season, now they cost money. All of a sudden, we've now got 4 or 5 assets where if we was to sell, not that I want to, if we was to, we're making dough. Yeah? No? Agree? Disagree? I don't know. But anyway, guys, listen. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining. Mostly they do, but they don't give them a chance. Fact. We tried Patino, but for me, he's not ready yet. Again, yep. Bissouma, come on, you agree with that? Lovely. El Neni is a good role model for young players. I do like El Neni. I'm not going to lie. I do. I just like the fact that he can just come in and just go about his business on the quiet. He just keeps it going. He keeps it ticking. He's not great. You know, I don't look at him and think, oh my God, he's class. He is what he is. But he knows that. Right? He knows his limitations. He knows the job he's there to do. He's there to keep it tight, keep it ticking. At least El Nenny's mobile. At least he can run. Do you know what I'm saying? Drop Xhaka and play El Nenny. For me. You know, do that. Pickford done really well versus Chelsea. One eating his head was close. Do you know what, Mike? I'm not going to lie to you. He had a great game, possibly goal of the season against Chelsea. Save of the season against Chelsea. But I'm not going to lie to you. I do not rate Pickford. I don't rate Pickford. He will have the odd. See, the thing is, this. I'll tell you what. I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Because this is a classic example of what I'm talking about, right? See, with a lot of fans, not you, Mike, obviously, but you know, with a lot of fans, I could say this. I don't rate Pickford. What do you mean you don't rate Pickford? Did you not see how he played against Chelsea? See what I mean? See, straight away. Do you see what I mean now? Straight away. He had one good game, and all of a sudden, bang, people flip. Yeah? I guarantee you now, there'll be people watching this right now, or will watch it on playback, who has just heard me say those words, I don't rate Pickford. And I guarantee their first thought was, you don't rate Pickford. Did you not see him against Chelsea? I guarantee. One game. I don't judge players after one game. I'm sorry. Yeah? Do it again next week. That's my real challenge. That's what separates top players from mediocre players. Players who can do it week in, week out. Out of 10 games, 7, 8 of them are good, and they maybe have 1 or 2 bad games. That is how I judge good players, top players, right? Players who get there, players who are on their way to getting there, right? Not turn up when they want or have the odd good game here and there because that's what saves them. No, hold these players accountable. These are professional players. They've been about, right? Hold them accountable. These are internationals, for God's sake. Internationals who play for their country, right? These are players, a lot of these players who, in my opinion, are very lucky to be playing in this era because they wouldn't have been able to get into any of these teams years gone by. They're lucky, you know. They're lucky. But anyway, I'm gone. 41 likes. Yep, that'll have to do. Thank you very much, Static. And guys, Jimmy D, love you, man. Listen, it's just an opinion. But obviously, you see him a lot more than what I do. But obviously, you know, the occasions I have seen, I just don't think. I'm not. By the way, I'm not saying Pickford's crap. Please don't, you know. But people say, "Oh my God, he's quality." I don't think. I just think he's an average keeper. I really do. I think he's average. He's always got a mistake in him, and for me, I just think he's average. I'll take Ramsdale as it is at the moment. I'll take Ramsdale any day of the week over Pickford. I would, right? But it's not just the saves he makes. I love vocal keepers who, and I know Pickford can be vocal as well. I just think he's got a mistake. He always got a mistake in him. It just doesn't fulfill me with confidence. Ramsdale at this present moment in time does. For me, the best two keepers. But when you look at Alisson at Liverpool, he's the one keeper I watch now in the last couple of years where I just think, do you know what? Nothing is getting through him. Nothing's getting. If you're 1-on-1 with Alisson, I'm confident Alisson's going to save it. I just think he's absolutely class. He's a beast of a man as well. Anyone who's seen Alisson live, I'm telling you now, forget what you see on TV. He's massive. Alisson is a beast. I'm telling you now. But anyway, I know it's your opinion and I respect you, mate. Come on, Jimmy D. Thank you, man. That's what I'm saying. There ain't gonna be no hate, bro. You know I love you, Jimmy D. Come on, you're my guy. You know. But listen, I've really got to go now because I'm going back to daddy duties. I've got to do the dinner now and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's got kids, you know what I'm saying. It's a bit tough and a bit techy, isn't it? But anyway, thank you for staying. I love you. And listen, by the way, guys, before you guys go, one more thing, really important now. Like, subscribe, share, please. And also, tomorrow we will be, well, I won't, but Warren will. Warren's Team Talk will be here tomorrow doing a stream all about ghosts, the paranormal. Right now, a month ago, he started off by doing the aliens in Antarctica. 2 weeks ago, he was talking about Area 51 and Bob Lazar. Now, listen, to a lot of people, these things are like, oh, I'm not interested in that, whatever, right? I totally get that. Everyone's got their own right. But listen, I'm telling you now, anyone who's got a slight interest in the paranormal or aliens or supernatural or anything like that, which I have, I love all of that. Warren has researched, he's been researching all this stuff for years. As much as I'm into it and I have a relatively decent knowledge of it, my knowledge is nowhere near the levels of Warren. So Warren will be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. and he's going to be doing a show. You guys, a lot of you guys asked for it about ghosts and about talking about ghosts and anyone who's seen one. Are they real? Do they exist? Warren will be touching on that tomorrow. So please come back tomorrow and join him and show him some support. The views on the first two you've done, Warren, I know you're still watching, Warren. The views, if I'm honest, I think they've been really good. The number of views, because obviously it's a bit of a controversial topic, right? So, and obviously this being as what everyone calls it, a football channel. I suppose it is. I like to talk about loads of things. It's not just the Arsenal. I like to talk about things I'm watching at the moment, TV or birds or whatever, right? You know what I mean? It's a free-for-all, right? Free-for-all. It's where we can come here and obviously relax after a long, hard day and have a bit of banter and have a laugh and take something away from it, right? So that's what I'm into at the moment. Anyway, so yeah, Warren, please, yeah, support him tomorrow. Really appreciate it. Love you. Thank you very much. I'm out. I'm going to be back probably Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm going to do something as well. Yeah, even if we just do it now, we just chill, just talk about the things we're watching, talk about like, the birds that we've been with. To the girls, Zoe, Joanne, and Steph, you could talk about the guys you've been with. I don't mind. We can just mix it up. Yeah. Anyway, other than that, I love you so much. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Love yous. Bye. Bye. Mwah.